Hello everyone, and welcome to another brand new episode on my channel, Bohemian BookClub. Today I'll be discussing the book, The Bright Hour, written by Nina Riggs. Nina Ellen Riggs was an American writer and poet. Nina, a mother of two young boys, was diagnosed with breast cancer when she was only 37 years old, and she passed away when she was barely 40. In The Bright Hour, Nina explores motherhood, marriage, friendship, and memory, while asking the question, what makes life really meaningful when one's days are numbered? Written with sophistication, humor, and honesty, The Bright Hour is the story of how to live a good life. It also offers an insightful glimpse into what literature can be for us, a soothing balm, and a form of prayer. This book is especially relevant in these uncertain times, and urges us to live as well as we can, and nurture and cherish the qualities that make us human. Before moving ahead, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Part 1. How coping mechanisms can help us find solace. All of us dread the occurrence of certain events in our lives, like getting a devastating phone call, and hope they never happen. At the age of 37, Nina Riggs got the call she had been hoping would never come. Her oncologist was calling to inform her that she had breast cancer. The news was a complete and utter shock, but not totally unexpected. Cancer played a big role in Riggs' family history. It was revealed to its fullest extent when she learned how the disease had been running through her family tree for generations. Riggs' mother had been diagnosed with cancer a few years ago. Her mother's parents both had cancer, and her aunt also experienced it. Relatives from her paternal side also had a history of cancer. Still dealing with the diagnosis, Riggs found solace in reading works by 16th-century French philosopher Michel de Montaigne. Montaigne was no stranger to death. His brother, several daughters, and friend had been snatched away from him by death. Montaigne didn't let the fact that he lost loved ones in his lifetime stop him from embracing death. He believed we are all going to die, regardless of whatever precautions we take, so he made sure to keep the doors of his buildings unlocked, throwing caution to the wind. His attitude towards death, and the way he lived his life, gave Riggs great comfort. Part 2. The healing power of nature. Having a cancer diagnosis changes everything. Suddenly you come face to face with your mortality, and everyone becomes more aware of it. Time is short, so people have a sense of urgency. Riggs discovered that the world she saw after starting chemotherapy was really different. With all the physical changes brought about by the chemo, she was able to process things in a way that her normal perspective couldn't. It started the morning after her first chemotherapy treatment. She woke up with an oily, chemical taste in the mouth. Later, while eating breakfast, she couldn't taste the coffee, or anything else she ate. Her tongue was numb. The simple things she generally enjoyed suddenly weren't available to her. The chemo has had a serious effect on her mental health as well. Her mind kept drifting back and forth between prospects of death and awareness of the present moment. Having trouble coping with the side effects of chemo, Riggs sought refuge in nature. At first, she was overwhelmed by sensations like the smell of wisteria, and her anxiety was heightened. But gradually, she regained her sense of calm and felt refreshed. She thought of Ralph Waldo Emerson, the famous 19th-century American poet. He wrote a lot about nature, and how important it is to not just look at it with your eyes, but also experience it in tune with your senses. After experiencing nature so intimately, Riggs felt closer to God than ever before. She still had a long way to go, but it was a turning point in coming to terms with her diagnosis. Part 3. Writing a will can make one ponder over death. Riggs wrote her will while she was undergoing chemotherapy. Apart from the questions regarding her material belongings, there were other things that forced Riggs to spend some time thinking about death. She had to consider, for example, what's going to happen if she suffers from an illness and is later unable to make her own decisions. Cancer made Riggs feel like she had something to accomplish before time ran out. This urgency translated into frantic activity and not much rest on her part. She spent a lot of time in her garden, planting new trees and plants, digging new plots of land, and visiting the local garden center. Her motivation to work with her hands and nurture life was almost a rebellion against death. She felt that creating things for future generations of family members is a beautiful thing, and will remain long after she passes away. Part 4. How the doctor's attitude affects the patient. When someone has cancer, it can be overwhelming to receive multiple bad news stories. For Riggs, her luck worsened considerably when her chemotherapy sessions failed to produce positive results. Her tumors continued to grow in size and number. Understandably, Riggs was very upset due to this. Furthermore, her doctor made it seem like it's Riggs' own fault the cancerous tumor was continuing to grow. The doctor also said that she would need to get a mastectomy, removing her cancerous breast, and that, if it was necessary, she would need to have a double mastectomy. He made these comments in an unsympathetic and harsh manner when what Riggs needed most was support and sympathy. Doctors are often criticized for their lack of bedside manners, and this is mostly due to the reason that they're sometimes very interested in the scientific aspects of someone's illness, and tend to overlook the emotional aspect of the patient's suffering. This analytical approach of the doctors can sometimes be harmful to patients. To listen to more interesting summaries, please subscribe to my channel. Part 5. Pets can be of great help during tough times. After doctors recommended more chemo and radiation treatment due to Riggs' case, she was in dire need of comfort. Riggs' partner John came up with a great idea: to get a dog. They already had one dog, but it wasn't a very affectionate one, so they started searching for a new one that would provide love and care. They found an Australian shepherd named Blue at a nearby animal rescue shelter. Within minutes of coming home, Blue started licking Riggs, and changed the whole atmosphere of the house. The arrival of Blue cheered up and lightened the spirit of the family members. However, the older family dog Ellie wasn't so happy to see a small, cute new dog come home. After some time, the family realized that the new pup just wouldn't be good for their family. To the family's relief, they eventually found this warm and affable dog Benny, who was eager to go home with them, and also proved to be compatible with Ellie. Although Riggs' ongoing treatment had made her weak and frail, she cherished the bond with her new pet. Part 6. When all else fails. After undergoing treatment for almost a year, Riggs was at the tail end of her chemo and radiation sessions. The treatment had taken a heavy toll on her body, causing unbearable back pain. Riggs was also getting weaker by the day. She couldn't walk at all without a walker, and needed assistance for simple tasks. Shortly after her final radiation treatment, Riggs was admitted to the emergency room in the hospital. The doctor informed her that she had a spinal fracture, caused by a tumor, and that the cancer had spread from her breast to her spine. It was clear at this point that there was nothing more that could be done medically to save her life. Part 7. Making the most of the precious time left. In the summer of 2016, Riggs found out that her cancer had spread to her spine, and she knew it wouldn't be long until she died. Nevertheless, for whatever time she had left, her doctors hoped to make it as comfortable for Riggs as possible. By the end of the year, her spinal tumors had reduced enough for her to be able to walk with a cane. She continued to make the most of her time during her final days. She went with her friends to see a hip-hop concert and danced with the crowd for a full 90 minutes, savoring these moments to their fullest extent. She also finished writing her memoir, The Bright Hour. Riggs died on February 26, 2017, 1 month after completing her manuscript. Conclusion. It can be tough for anyone to cope with the aftermath of a cancer diagnosis. But this difficult time can also make us reassess what we're doing with our lives and put more meaning into it. It can allow us to make amends and get closer to those around us, as well as nature. Enjoying activities like reading, playing with one's pet, gardening, spending time with friends, etc. can infuse one's life with a sense of beauty, purpose, and calm, thereby enabling them to spend their remaining precious days with a sense of happiness and fulfillment. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Your likes, comments, and shares are highly appreciated. See you soon in our next episode.